gentlemen, this is the Mentors Lecture Room. But this night we have a particular business that we want to do due diligence to collectively as a community. We want to look at it again and then be able to beat our chest and say, good, this is a blockchain-based business. We are all students of blockchain, students of Web3, students of decentralized finance, and students of smart contracts. So we should be able to do our due diligence on any business opportunity that presents itself as a blockchain or DeFi-based project. And we should be able to identify if indeed that claim or whatever the platform is claiming is true or not. That is why we are here tonight. And before we proceed, I want to very quickly do a little bit of intro of this blockchain thing and what it's about. Oh, sorry, in my setting, I forgot to do the setting that deny people access to share their screen so that we won't be distracted. I left that function on, so I want to turn it off now. Okay, thank you. I think I've done that. The person that was trying to share screen won't be able to do that except he's giving permission to. Sorry for the distraction, everyone. All right, so blockchain technology is the, if you permit me to use the word, the mother, in quotes, of all of these things we are talking about in the Web3 space. Without the emergence of blockchain technology, all of this wouldn't have been possible. So if you are coming into a business that is blockchain based, you must understand what blockchain is, at least in simple, clear terms, without ambiguity. Blockchain is simply a digital ledger technology used to record transactions. Okay, those transactions are recorded and they are well secured. And the good thing about it is it's not a transaction that is being recorded by a single entity, or maybe someone is somewhere in his office, like our banking halls, and then you see accountant or people who manage the ledger of such financial institutions, and they are there, they write it, they put it, they keep it, it's under their control. The beautiful thing about the blockchain, even though it's also a ledger technology, but digital, decentralized and distributed, it is distributed across different networks of computers. In other words, it removes the possibility of any single entity or authority, okay, having sole responsibility of the data or the information contained therein. That's the beauty of blockchain technology, okay? It makes it very, very difficult for anybody to tamper with. Because for you to tamper with a block or any information, most time when we started this blockchain, if you're talking about blockchain, some of us, our head used to turn. But in order to make it easier for you, just always remember data. But this time around, this type of data or information storage is stored in form of a transaction registered on the computer as codes. Okay, by programmers, computer programmers, those who are into coding. There's a higher level, higher realm of coding where you can code or program something known as a blockchain, okay? And for it to function, it has to work with the internet. So the advent of the internet also brought all these possibilities. That is why if you are dealing with any business or anything that has to do with the, a blockchain technology, one of the things that you see people who are bringing you into business, so anybody that has access to internet can do it. Anybody that has smartphone or laptops and all of that. So I'm trying to break it down. There's nothing too difficult there. Okay, the security of blockchain is hinged on the fact that it is transactions recorded across different thousands or hundreds of computers across the globe, depending on which blockchain, because blockchain networks exist in their different forms, with the chief being the Bitcoin blockchain, followed by the Ethereum, and then the third generation and now fourth generation Web3 blockchain ecosystems. Okay, so because of this singular technology, we now have possibilities that ab initio we didn't have. We were limited, restricted by centralized systems, central authorities, when it comes to finance, financial transaction, managing your money, how you spend it, how you transact, whether you are sending money in or out of your wallet or your account. All of those were being controlled by authorities that could restrict you as to how far you can go with monetary transactions. But with blockchain technology, we now have what is known as decentralized finance, because all the restrictions and the centralizations and the limitations that go with it, blockchain removed all of them. That is why the world is now moving to another realm of system, or another system. Let me use the word system, where things that pertains to money and monetary transactions are no longer under the influence of any human entity or any single computer system. Okay, no single authority whatsoever, but purely and truly decentralized. Is a goal that the entire tech world has been trying to achieve, and finally it has been achieved. It was achieved several years ago when Bitcoin started. I don't want to bore us with the history of Bitcoin and all of that, but I'm trying to jump from one place to another to bring us to what we have tonight. So that when we present a business and we are all busy talking about it is decentralized, it is blockchain based, it is on smart contract, is a DeFi, somebody will not be lost. Okay, you will know that, oh, good, that means I am actually doing a business that I can trust. Before now, we've all been bombarded with businesses in the digital space or online businesses, that burnt our fingers. So many of them even claim to be what we are professing now. Some of them will say it's decentralized, and they confuse us because they are using simple wallet addresses to collect monies. Instead of collecting Naira or collecting Ghana cedis or US dollar, they are collecting USDT or some crypto. So many of us, because of lack of knowledge, we were deceived. We felt that, oh, this is real. These guys are doing blockchain business or decentralized business, only to realize that they are not. People can just manage business transactions on the internet, and then they will collect a particular wallet address and then use it as a receiving wallet. Everybody is paying into it. Somewhere behind the scene, being a centralized system, they will be managing how to pay people. When they feel that they've satisfied some leaders or some promoters, and then they've gotten enough of what they feel that they are looking for, they zoom off. And then the rest of the world that joins such platform will be crying and bleeding. So the challenge has been on, and many of us have been part of such, victims who were affected in the past, even in the recent past. And thank God for the technology that we have, the blockchain technology. Thank God for DeFi. What is DeFi? It is a financial system. Decentralized finance is a financial system based on blockchain technology, as opposed to centralized finance, which is based on human and government or institutional or authorities, dictates or manipulations. It's as simple as that. Because we have blockchain technology now, we have a system of finance that doesn't run on any, based on any human manipulation, but is purely on the blockchain, powered by smart contracts. What is smart contract? Take note, I've tried to introduce 1, 2, 3 things. Blockchain technology, I've defined it. I've also tried to tell you what DeFi is in a simple, clear term so that it becomes unambiguous to you. Now, smart contract is also written codes that automate transaction. They call it self-executing algorithms that help people to run automations with systems. For example, I want to be able to automate the mentor's activities. Maybe I created a token for my community and services that we render all these years. And then I want it to be highly automated. I cannot just go and tell somebody design website for me, and then I do 1 or 2 abracadabra and then start dishing out coins to people. And when I'm satisfied, I will dump it or pump and, all those kind of pump and dump stuff. Or you create a honeypot and then you run away. Okay. But if it is a smart contract that I am using to run such ideas, okay, it becomes very easy for anybody who is going to participate on that to have it seamless, one, to have it secured, two, and then it's also going to be easy for me to hands off. Okay, people want to interact in a system that is decentralized, where no single person will steal their monies and run away. So that means I should be able to renounce it. All of those are made possible via smart contract, which is a simple code. And what is that code? A self-executing algorithm written by programmers, computer programmers, or people who are into coding in such a way that it can self-execute, self-automate, and it is written where with a coding language known as Solidity language, which just emphasizes a point. If this, then that. Condition is based on conditions. That is what and how it runs. If Mr. A meets certain condition and criteria, please let him have B and C. If the mentor comes into a platform known as Bitnest, for example, and he registers and then he enters a loop, which I believe Leader Dan is going to do justice to all of that. Let him have this and that. After 28 days, let's assume he chose the 28 days option. All of these things I'm saying like this are registered on the smart contract. And then smart contract cannot run itself. It has to be linked to the blockchain for it to work. So you see that all of these things are coding, programming things that if you try to use your normal head as a lawyer or a doctor or a businessman or engineer, whatever your vocation is, without these coding and programming languages, you're going to make mistakes. If you're a promoter or a networker that has stayed online for 100 years and you want to use your previous experience of how you've been promoting centralized businesses to come and judge decentralized systems, you will miss it. That is why you see many leaders, talking what they don't understand and deceiving people online because they want to protect what they already know, which is different from where the world is going today. So with these three technologies, we now have opportunity once again to right our wrongs, in quotes. Our wrongs because so many of us promoted certain things in the past that people felt hurt. If you so much love such community or such people, you shouldn't be ashamed to go also and tell them, please come closer. We have seen something that technology is dishing out to us that looks different. Now, based on our knowledge of blockchain, our knowledge of DeFi, and our knowledge of smart contract, we can now go and verify. Before, there was no way to catch the thieves. There's no way to verify them. But with blockchain, you can verify if the mentor, God forbid, want to create a fraudulent thing I will never do, you should be able to find out whether this guy is real or not. Blockchain will reveal him. It's no longer too much talk. Just one or two tools that you click and search, you will see the truth for yourself. Leader Dan will do justice to that tonight. Last 2 weeks when we met on Zoom, because of time, and I've already promised us I won't go too far, I was able to come up with a schematic diagram where I try to present to us the features of decentralized finance, the risk involved, the risk to benefit ratio, and then certain applications of DeFi. Okay, I may not be able to run through that this night, but let me just say, before I bring in Leader Dan, DeFi or decentralized finance is now the future. In fact, it's not the future, it is the present. It has started happening. With what Donald Trump, the president of America, and of course, American president is the world #1 leader. With what they did few days ago, and with the new policy on stable coins, crypto-based stable coins, you know what happens, because stable coins on its own is one of the applications of decentralized finance. If you can remember our lecture, even last 2 weeks. Okay, so this is not a time for people to sit down and start, saying, no, it doesn't concern me. Don't worry, I am used to the old ways. You will be left behind. Our forefathers, many of our fathers were left behind when technology, first industrial revolution, second industrial revolution, third, even now that we're in the jet age. So many people who are clinging to what they used to know, the anvil and the hard labor kind of thing, they are there. They are no longer the billionaires of the world. There was a time it was their time. Okay, so you and I that are, some of us are olden days people, or some of you that are millennials, or some of us belonging to millennials, the Gen Z people and the Gen Alpha are coming. What you are saying in your old generation, they don't understand. If you want to be relevant in their time, you also have to learn it, okay, and be abreast with technology. So decentralized finance is what we have tonight. Its features are very simple. Number one, DeFi as we know it is transparent. DeFi is verifiable, which is actually what we're going to spend most of the time tonight to show. You can verify, okay, as opposed to centralized system. You cannot go and say, hello, Zenith Bank, I want to come and verify whether Mr. The mentor that owns an account, a business account with you, whether this and that, and they will even tell you that it's not done, that they don't release third party, blah, blah, blah. You know it. You will never, even if it's your wife or you cannot, as long as you are not a signatory to that account, you cannot have access to it. But in decentralized finance, you can go use the smart contract, which is the digital signature of any platform, any business, any account. Once you put it inside the blockchain, maybe using the blockchain scanner or some of the DeFi scanner tools, and so many other things that Leader Dan will demonstrate tonight, you will see all the information that you are looking for, including the ones that are hidden before to the eyes of the public. Transparent, verifiable. So we shouldn't allow ignorance of what should be deny us of what we need to have. That is why we keep emphasizing go for knowledge. I will stop here tonight. Maybe our subsequent Zoom, I will bring that schematic diagram and then those long lectures. I want us to go straight to verifying the opportunity that we have been talking about. We told you that there's an opportunity called Bitnest. People can make money with it. And all this platform is claiming is we are decentralized. We are decentralized. We are not going to run away with your money. We want to really be sure, as independent investors, having no connection whatsoever with them. We are brothers and sisters. There's no official of Bitnest on this Zoom call tonight. So I have nothing whatsoever to gain protecting them if they are not real. So we're going to see it tonight. So whatever you know or you have, also during the question and answer or interaction time, please say it. Anyone we understand, we tell you. The one we don't understand, all of us will go back for further research, and next week we'll come back to it again. The goal and the end is to be sure that nobody defraud us again. Thank you very much. And please, if I am not talking to myself alone and I have your attention on the Zoom call, please use the chat box and drop for me some 5555 as I welcome Leader Dan, who will do justice to all the verification, all the research findings, and all the, going into the blockchain to see certain features of this Bitnest opportunity, and then letting us know what is in there for us. How do we make money from it? And then we'll be calling it a night after that. Oh, thank you very much, leaders, for the feedback. Leader Dan, please, can you raise your hand up, sir, so that I can quickly make you the host, and then you have the floor. Correct. Thank you very